Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. Today we are going to speak about something very important, and I want people to listen carefully and not to be judging before listening, and this is including Muslims. If you are a Muslim listening to this video, I have a challenge for you to tell me when we listen to a Muslim or we read an article made by a Muslim, can we trust it? I challenge any Muslim to say, yes, you can. And today we are going to show you a very simple example of the fabrication is made by Muslims in purpose, which means the Muslims who made those fabrications, they know it's a lie, but yet they want to fool you in order to convert you to Islam. So I was searching in Google, and then I come to this website. It was just a normal search in Google, and then the first website appeared to me. It says Islam Guide, a brief illustrated guide to understand Islam. So I click in it, and I found this. I thought they are going to explain to us what Islam is about, but suddenly they are talking about some evidence of Islam to be the true religion. So I said to myself, let us examine together how truthful those evidence, because if those evidence are not truthful, it means Islam itself is nothing but a lie. For if you want to prove to me Islam to be truth by a lie, then you have a problem. I hope you are following me. If somebody want to prove to me that his religion is a religion of truth, and he is doing that by lying, that obviously this religion is not a truthful, same as the followers. Otherwise, why the followers are trying to deceive us and making lies in order to fool us? That doesn't make sense. And when you make it in a website and you promote it and you print it in books, this is mean all Muslims agree upon it, which means they agree upon the lie, even though they know it's a lie. So today we are going to take one by one step. I will try to make the video short. The Quran and the human embryo. Now, just in case you do not know, you can go to Amazon.com and you can read my book Quran and Science in Depth, where I expose all those false miracles. However, we make our videos to help those who cannot afford to buy a book. If you are poor, you are not left behind. We love you and we will do our best to help you. If we click at this, what it's called evidence of the true Islam, we will find the following. In the Holy Quran, speak about stages of man in embryonic development. We created man from extract of a clay. Then we made him as a drop in a place of settlement, firmly fixed. Then we made the drop into alaka. Here we go, the lie started. Now the alaka, it translated as a leech, suspended thing, and the blood clot. Well, is it a leech? Is it suspended thing? Is it a blood clot? You see, when they put all those options, it's just to deceive you, because wherever you go, you say, you see, we mentioned that. the drop into alaka. Here we go, the lie started. Now the alaka, it translated as a leech, suspended thing, and the blood clot. Well, is it a leech? Is it suspended thing? Is it a blood clot? You see, when they put all those options, it's just to deceive you.
I advise him to buy this book, Arabic for Beginners. I think when we were kids and when we were going to school, I think he was missing the classes.
But we will expose them still. Then we made the alaqa into mudgha, a chewed substance. And then they say, literally, the Arabic word alaqa has three meanings. Oh, three meanings. All right. Leech, this is number one. Number two, suspended thing. I don't know what suspending means. I have no idea what is that. And three, a blood clot. So which one the Muslims will take? Alaqa, suspended, or blood clot? Let us see what they will do. In comparing a leech to the embryo, the alaqa stage, we find similarity between the two. As we can see the figure, also embryo in this stage obtain nourishment from the blood of the mother, similarly to a leech, which is feed on the blood of others. Now, just to show you the deception of Muslims Abduls, and I accuse them to be stupid and not intelligent. At least get someone smart to make this lie work. The Quran said, then we made drop into an alaqa, which means the drop itself became an alaqa, not like an alaqa. So what you are comparing between the leech, it doesn't say like a leech, it says we made it a alaqa. So what alaqa means? Is it what they said? There's a three cases and they start with alaqa saying like alaqa? As you see, the Quran does not say that. If we go to the Quran, there's many verses, by the way. They mention the word alaqa as we see it in the screen. This is chapter 22, verse number 5. And this is chapter 23, verse number 14. And this is exactly the verse we are reading from in their website. So if we click at any translation, we will see the following. Remember, this is their translation, not mine. This is Muhammad Yusuf Ali. Then we made the sperm into a clot of congealed blood. So what this is about? This is about a dead blood. This have nothing to do with like a leech, has nothing to do with the similarity to a suspended, have nothing to do with anything except a dead blood. So what the Quran confirmed, that Allah, He transformed the sperm into what? Into blood, and that blood is dead blood. Now this is absolutely an extreme scientific mistake, and you can go right now to any website, any university. I'm not going to recommend any. Go to any university and see how the embryo goes. There is nobody in the world will say that the sperm will transform into. You see what it says into? Into, which means this thing became this thing. This is absolutely a joke. And yet the Muslims, they are trying to fool you and try to say to you that this is a perfect example that Islam is a true religion. Then the Quran continue with fabrication of scientific mistakes.
Professor Keith Moore is one of the world's prominent scientists in the fields of anatomy and embryology, and is the author of the book entitled The Developing Human, which has been translated into 8 languages. The book is considered a scientific reference work and was chosen by the Special Committee in the United States as the best book authorized by one person.
Is Alaka. Let's have the next slide. Alaka is Surah Al-Mu'minum, Ayah 14. Then we created the drop into a leech-like structure. Then of that leech-like structure, we made a chewed-like substance. Alaka refers to a leech-like appearance, especially at about 22 days, as shown in this slide. This is a leech, and this is the human embryo, about 23 days. I think you have to agree that the similarity between these structures is amazing, and that it is truly, the human embryo is truly leech-like. The leech-like embryo is attached to the chorionic sac, which is embedded in the maternal blood and attached to the maternal endometrium, or the lining of the uterus. This is the Mudga stage, Surah Al-Mu'minum, Ayah 1 to 14, and I repeated that before. Then we created the drop into a leech-like structure. Then of that leech-like structure, we made a chewed-like substance, which you can see here, and begins during the 6th week.
Scientific mistakes. Then the clot, so this is not a leech, this is itself is the clot. It's not like a leech as they said in their false translation. Then the clot, we made a lump. There's no photos, by the way. Anything you see between 2 brackets is not there. All right. Now, is that true? Is that what happened in the case of medicine? In the case of the baby creation? That's absolutely false. The clot, sperm into blood, the clot, which is dead blood. Dead blood doesn't transform to anything. You see the word alaqa simply. You see, if you cut yourself, like let us say when you are a child, you cut your knee. Then a piece of blood will appear in the top of your skin and will block your wound where you are wounded, and it's going to dry, and then by time it's going to peel out. That is what alaqa. Alaqa simply is not even a blood inside the body, it's a blood outside the body, which is a dead blood. And the Muslim themselves, with their translation, is bringing that to you, and you can read it in front of your eyes. I'm not even making it. So, according to the Quran, the stages of the embryo start from a sperm, when the fact sperm never transform into anything in the stage. The sperm carry, activate the egg and deliver the DNA message only, and then the sperm disappear. It's not going to transform. The one will grow is the egg, and Allah forgot about the egg because he do not know about it. And according to Allah, the sperm itself is going to transform into congeal the blood, and is going to be the baby. And then the lump, which is piece of meat, after the meat happened, which is sorry, from the lump, Allah will make bones, and then after the bones, Allah will clothe it with the flesh, which means the first thing as a stage for the embryo is bones. And this is absolutely funny, because all those things, all those organs, they start develop together. You can go right now and search by yourself. You see, I'm trying to avoid me recommending a website, because people, they might say, oh, he's choosing this, he's choosing that. Go yourself. All of you are adult, or even if you are a teenage, you can search and you will find this is absolutely a lie.
ayah 14. Then we clothe the bones with flesh. So in the previous stage, then we had the bones, and then we covered the bones with flesh. So this Arabic term means a clothing with flesh, and after the bones form, they become surrounded or clothed by flesh or muscles, which acquire attachments to them. These muscle attachments permit movements of the skeleton to occur. Now, this is the final stage of development called al-nasha. Then we developed of him another creation. Al-nasha means growth or coming into being. This undoubtedly refers to the fetal period when there is growth and differentiation of the embryo that developed in the embryonic period. The rate of body growth during the fetal period is remarkable, especially between the 9th and 16th weeks. You can notice how quickly it's growing in this nasha stage, or fetal period as we call it. The next stage is al-qabliya. This says that the duration of pregnancy and separation is 30 months. This Arabic term refers to the viability or ability of the human fetus to survive outside the uterus. There is no definite time when survival of the fetus is assured, but it is generally accepted now that a fetus that is 24 weeks or older has a reasonable chance of survival. Survival of fetuses 22 to 24 weeks old has only become possible in the last few years when better methods of providing care for premature infants were developed. So the period viable embryo or fetus would be here at 24 weeks. We used to say 26, 28, but now with better incubation, some babies at 24 weeks can survive, and we've even had some at 22 weeks, but this takes highly sophisticated incubation to do that. So this period then is the period of viability or the ability of the human fetus to survive. The next stage is the al-hadana, al-rahimia. This stage refers to the final stages of fetal development in the uterus when the fetus could survive if born prematurely, but it remains in the uterus where it is supported or nourished by the mother. In most cases, therefore, the uterus acts as an incubator for the premature infant. Weight gain during these final weeks is phenomenal as the fetus accumulates fat and is gradually prepared for birth.